So this is a cool little thing, actually. I don't think I've ever been asked this. So it is a classification that's used for international freight and customs as well. So your freight forwarder typically does this. Typically your freight forwarder will work with the factory to ascertain what HS code classification is appropriate for your products, and typically you would have very, very little input into that. However, it's actually pretty important that you understand what the hell they are, because your HS code that your products are assigned is actually not fixed. It's reasonably flexible. And as a result of that flexibility, there are opportunities to save yourself a lot of money, because taking Mr. Donald Trump's trade war with Mr. Xi Jinping, the tariffs that are applied to products going into America are applied based on HS codes. So what that means is some HS codes have got an instant 25%, in some cases, tariff applied to them when they hit the US soil and US customs, and others have got sweet FA. So it makes sense to consider your HS codes and to consider if you can change them, if you can manipulate them so that you're not subject to any of the tariffs and things like that, okay? So work with your freight forwarder and ask them about other potential HS codes that can be used. Now, the site I use is called findhs.codes. So let's just pull that up. Here we go. Actually, I'll give you this as well. So let's suppose that we're going to sell, find, send to all, there you go. Findhs.codes, okay? So let's suppose we're going to sell yoga mats, for instance. So I don't want to sign in because I'm going to have to give away all my stuff. But look, you get a free trial of it with 30 queries. So you can go and do the whole thing for free, okay? And it's well worth doing. I don't want to sign in right now because I don't want to kind of stop my mojo. But you would see, if you go and do that search yourself, that there are, just for yoga mats, which you would think would be very, very static and fixed, I think there's 5 potential HS codes that you can go after. And one of those HS codes actually has got significantly higher taxes to be paid than the other 4. So, you know, that's important to know that sort of shit. The other thing as well, I will tell you as well, and this is from the horse's mouth, this is what my freight forwarder told me. The factory, of course, will try and influence the HS code that gets used, because the factory get charged as well based on the HS code. So they will want to make sure they pay the least amount of taxes, but that doesn't mean that you will also pay the least amount of taxes. It doesn't follow that if they pay less, you pay less. Invariably, if they pay less, you pay more. So it's well worth looking at that. It's well worth looking at that. The other thing I'll tell you as well, just based on some experience, is that anything that goes into the USA that you put through on a 0 rated tax code, HS code, will get looked at. So be prepared to back it up. And you get something called a letter of usage. That will get you through it, all right? Now, if that makes no sense whatsoever, what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. Just ask your freight forwarder to look after that for you, and ask them what other potential HS codes could we go into, and are there any tax savings to be had as a result of that. So if they're good, they'll do a good job for you. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales have used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.